I wanted to kind of do this vloggy for you, which was just like open studio and it's really lovely and, you know, but I can't relax into that process and kind of feel like I'm not being completely honest and honourable about what's actually going on, because there's so much going on in this inner conflict way.
Hello. What have you got going on here then?
It's open studio, you know. Open studio, 12 till 2. We can't have my back to the door. Do I look like a secretary?
Yeah.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I've got an appointment.
Right, what time?
It was 12 o'clock.
I don't have any record of you.
Oh, you haven't asked my name. How do you know?
Who did you speak to? Do you know?
A very polite lady. Her name was Wendy, I think.
Excuse me, did you make an appointment for name, please?
James.
James? Oh, you did? Oh, jolly good. Yes. Okay, yes, you can go through.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe there's been a couple of house viewings. We kind of feel like we've hit a bit of a brick wall with buying a house right now. And I know it's the same in a lot of places, but here in the UK, mortgage rates, interest rates, house prices, it's all gone completely bonkers. Now might not be the right time to buy a place. If the right place came up at the right price and the mortgage rates, I don't know, help us out maybe a little bit. They're really mean for buyers right now. However, an in-between rental seems like a good plan. So I've kind of not been actively looking, but signed up to one email. Last week I had 2 houses come into my inbox. One wasn't a brilliant location, but it looked really lovely, and so maybe the location could have been an aspect of compromise. Another one was in a really good location. I wasn't sure about some things about that one.
So let me give you a little tour of the first house we went to see. And it was really neutral. I love the fact there's no carpets. It wasn't really anything special in a sense. It was just really neutral, really basic, really easy. You know, perfect for an in-between place, which James and I are currently seeking. The inevitable balance of positives and not so positives, if you like. And of course the decision-making process that goes along with that. Which things are you willing to compromise on and which things are you not?
Looking for somewhere with a garden.
Yeah, like a 3-bed.
That's useful, isn't it?
Downstairs, maybe.
That's actually quite somewhere a second loo though.
Always, yeah. I really liked the look of the kitchen. Yeah, that's really nice. Take a picture of you in it and then I can see.
Cover the dish.
Yeah.
Wash machine.
We've got a washing machine which is on the side.
And it's nice to have a little area for a table.
Yeah.
Just taking you in it because then I can see the size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wouldn't imagine there's real houses on there. I mean, there's plans to make it into greenery. There's going to be everything else. I don't think school's going to go there. It's not big enough. Just stay in the green. Yes. Yes. It starts at 3, then 2, then 1 at the front. Yeah. Size-wise.
Cute. Office. You see how this one hasn't got grass, so we'd have to have like containers and stuff to make it pretty. Okay, office. The nice thing is that it's all very neutral. Because it's all onto the thingy, but
But you're not immediately overlooked, are you?
no, it actually feels very nice. It's bigger than I thought, you know.
No shower screen.
No, but there is a shower. There's an ensuite in this one. And it's a good EPC, this one. I think it's a 77.
Yeah.
There's no window in there and it's really hard to not get it mouldy, and you can see. It's really hard to keep clean, but it's still here as well. It's the only bugbear about an ensuite. Here,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get a Super King.
No.
I just need to have some containers because there's nowhere to grow anything.
But that's actually quite a good thing. It's low maintenance.
Yeah. I wonder what this bit is then. Why is it coming off?
It might be great for a month now. You've got let, and then that all fell through.
Right. Yeah.
So let's move on to house number 2. Let me show you around. We actually had it booked the very next day.
Morning. Have a look round. I'll open up the back door for you.
Brilliant. We could have a look in the garage from the back door.
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't investigated that.
Okay.
I'll have a look.
Okay.
If I had a chance, I'd take it faster than a heartbeat. If I caught a glance, I'd run to you like nobody was watching. But it's so hard to get to you. 'Cause when you
This is nice, the way it goes into that other room.
see the moon,
It's nice to see it in the front.
Washing the room.
Yeah, you're right over there.
That's a good size.
miles of road just to get where you are. Oh, I wish it wasn't so far. Thousands of dollars just to be near. Countless thoughts of you being here. Oh, I wish it wasn't so hard. But maybe one day we can break the distance.
Yeah, there's fridge freezer already, microwave and the washing machine and the cooker. Everything's here. But I guess it needs a good clean. But apart from that, it's really nice.
Oh, this is good. But electric hob.
Electric hob, not our favourite. But it's kind of like, what do you think of the kitchen? That was the thing I didn't really like about it, was the kitchen, you know. But you would.
not.
Yeah, you would. No, there isn't. You're absolutely right. I wasn't quite sure how it worked, but
Millions of clouds, miles of road just
The
to
garage door's open.
okay.
Alright.
I'll go and get my shoes. You go and have a look and I'll drive.
South facing that way as well.
thousands of dollars just to be near. Countless thoughts of you being here. Oh, I wish it wasn't so hard.
Yeah, that's right.
See big rounds of lots of just like
Yeah.
Break the distance.
yeah. South facing garden.
Clouds, will you please help me out? I need to go and see them now. Pick me up off my feet. I know that it's crazy, but I am ready with my suitcase by me.
Got a little tree.
Please help me out. I need to
Yeah.
veggie beds, Bubba? Have you seen veggie beds? We've got roses.
Buckets of water, millions of clouds, miles of road just to get where you are. Oh, I wish it wasn't so far. Thousands of dollars just to be near. Countless thoughts of you being here.
You've got lights, got light in here. Got
Light and power. Yep. And look,
storage.
bit of storage up there. Happy boy. I don't know.
So we really liked this one so far. It felt like home. It felt like I could kind of see James and I here. Yeah.
Yeah, so no bath. That was my compromise.
Yeah.
So-
We've got a fan and a window.
Yeah, window's nice. So let me just have a little. But again, it's just a quick paint. You could just literally get, I mean, you need bathroom paint for the bathroom, don't you? So it's a little bit more.
It's a nice proportion,
Yeah. Just like to do a little final walkthrough and then. You can't get a second viewing these days, can you? There's no time for that.
Letting's a bit different, I think. I think once it's yours, you can come and have it.
This is the thing, we haven't experienced that yet.
Yeah.
Once they've decided on this,
Oh,
Hello.
that would be nice.
It's right there.
Between 10:45 and 2:45, 4-hour window
Today?
for the UPS for my parcel.
Oh, your parcel? 4-hour window?
4-hour window.
And there's no way they'll leave it outside?
Not that I know.
And how urgently do we need it?
It would be nice to have it, but it's not urgent.
What the frick, Ellie?
What the fricky? Fricky. Just a Lego shop front.
No, I think you want it.
So how much more depth do you think we need?
I'd say, because obviously these stick out, but more. I'd prefer to have more than that. Yeah, definitely, because like this is hanging off a bit and these are kind of on. Because it's so nice to have all the pencils out.
But maybe if you had a different rack where you could actually see all your pencils, they were at an angle and they stacked, you wouldn't need to spread them quite so much, and then that would be another solution. When we get a garage, I'll make these things.
Can it be automated? I can go. I can go. blue-green. Is it a potent brew? I think I made it quite strong. Might need a bit. Is there any more water in the kettle?
Probably.
I think I might have a little drop of So I'm just about to open the studio in half an hour or so for Open Studio Week 2, and just had to whiz off then to say goodbye to James because he is going to post the orders for the shop. So that's that done, which is great. He is a superstar. And then he's got parcels coming at home. I've got a parcel coming here, so we're kind of separate today. As of from tomorrow morning early, he's away again for his work. So, and I miss him. Yes, I might have mentioned that in here a few times before. I'm really enjoying being in the studio since I did the Studio Blitz and a little bit of a room makeover, which was a couple of weeks ago now, you might remember, while I was preparing for the exhibition and Open Studio. So I think that was the last video. I really don't know where I am with vlogging because it's been absolutely bonkers. I mean, really crazy times. I'm just trying to take things day by day, sometimes moment by moment. And you know, when you really slow down because you've had that overwhelm and almost like a potential burnout situation. And I think that happens to me anyway. You'll have to let me know if you're the same or similar. Whenever I kind of get in that kind of, oh, I need to be fast about something, or I need to do something straight away, or I'm feeling the pressure of, you know, missing out in a way of something, like when I apply for a house, there is that pressure at the moment because of the housing market. So instead of getting into that kind of spiral, if you like, what I find works really well at the moment is to step back from that, try and connect in here, and also with nature if you can. I mean, my plant babies help a lot, my little garden, you know. Yeah, to slow down and be much more mindful about, you know, patience, having patience, and trusting the flow is perfectly timed. I think we forget that when we get into this, when you get into that spiral of life and everything happening all at once and it kind of bombards you all at the same time, it can be overwhelming. We know this, don't we? And so I'm not saying I'm immune to that, because I'm not, but what I am saying is that bringing in that balancing act, so equinox, happy equinox by the way, those Libran kind of scales if you like, and what I'm doing to counter all the crazy bonkers stuff is to just still myself, come back to center, come back to simple, I think is what I'm trying to say, because it's just the simple act of putting the kettle on and making a tea, or the simple act of doing one thing at a time. I've talked about that before. And indeed, sometimes it comes down to the simple act of doing nothing. I've got a whole video on that one as well. So monotasking and doing nothing, I have talked about over and over, haven't I, on here. And it's one of those things that we know, we all intrinsically know this, and so I'm not telling you anything new here, but I think it's the reminder of it. I certainly need a reminder of it constantly, just to check in with that very basic. And for me, that's been, you know, finding patience with the time scale of things, and that everything's happening in perfect timing. So the realization of that has made me feel really calm, and that's a really lovely feeling these days, because I've had a lot of anxiety and stuff, as many of us have. That calmness that comes with patience is, so if you need a reminder right now, there it is, because I certainly did, and I feel tons better for it. Anyway, I'm waffling at the camera now because, as I say, I don't know whether I'm coming or going with this vlog. I better get on with some work, and also I've got 17 minutes before I need to open the studio, and I tend to open a little bit early because somebody might come early, you know. I feel like time's a bit weird at the moment, and sometimes by the time I get to 11, 11:30 in the day, I feel like I've done 2 or 3 days all at once in that little space of time. It's a bit confusing. So maybe timelines are getting, you know, crossed over. I don't know. Bit spooky stuff. They say, don't they, the veils become thin at this time of year. We've got Halloween, Day of the Dead, Samhain, definitely a turn of the wheel, as they say. Anyway, but I can paint in there, and it almost feels like we can actually go, okay, as I said to you this morning, I'm in equinox about it. I'm not having a violent no reaction, which is, you know, I love you, baby. there. Hello, welcome.
Look here with all your plants. Oh, brilliant.
One last. I think my favourite though. These look good though.
Let's get comfy, shall we? My head actually in the shot. I like to try and be as honest as I can on here, not share everything, I know, because it is the internet, but at the same time, you know, what's the point in making a video if you're not going to be true and real? Anyway, so there's a bit to catch you up on really, actually. Where to begin? Things are happening really quickly behind the scenes here, you know. In between the open studio, the exhibition, all sorts of other stuff going on, I am basically feeling completely unsettled about my living situation. It's kind of quite nice in a way because I'm experiencing a kind of balance, and we've just passed the equinox. I'm not quite sure when this video is going to go up, so I don't know if that's going to be ages ago or we're still going to be quite recent, but hopefully quite recent. But yeah, the whole balance thing of equinox, light and dark, equal hours and that kind of thing, I always do come back to the question at this point in the year, what is in balance and what is out of balance? I think what I'm trying to say here, without, you know, going around the houses too much, no pun actually intended there, is to say that I feel, even though things are kind of a little bit, you know, bumpy, it's almost like a seesaw, and I'm, you know, I'm up and down, but it's not like really extreme. I'm kind of bringing myself back to balance every time I'm tipping one way or the other. But one thing I am noticing is a real, unusual for me, but I'm noticing an inner conflict. That doesn't feel very comfortable. But again, you know, just trying to bring myself in and out of balance. And I've had a couple of experiences over the last 6 months to do with finding a new nest, finding the right next place, if you like, because I know nothing's perfect. And so I found myself sort of going as much as I can with the flow, with what feels right, making a decision on something, because, you know, we do have forks in the road, sometimes multiple ones, and so, you know, decisions have to be made, and sometimes they're big ones and sometimes they're small ones, but, you know, that's the bottom line of being human. We do have to make a decision. Of course, not making a decision is a decision as well. Felt like I'd made the right decisions and then it turned out to be completely the wrong decision for me. You know, even to the point of waking up in the middle of the night and knowing something wasn't right. I feel like my decision-making process, which has always been pretty simple for me, I'm very gut-based. I have a gut feeling or a heart feeling about something, and I try not to overthink things too much. Sometimes logical analytics do come in, and you know, you bring the mind aspect in as well. And obviously when you're making decisions with a partner or someone else, that comes into it as well. Normally, that's quite straightforward for me, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm probably not saying it very well, but it hasn't been of late, and so I've had this inner conflict which I've really been struggling with. So every time something's come up, in a sense, the universe is maybe showing me something. Is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? And I've talked about here on so many times, haven't I, that finding out what the wrong things are is just as important, and it's part of the journey, so that's really helpful. But I've kind of gone with some of the wrong things because I felt they were right, and then suddenly they weren't. So it's been a little bit confusing of late. You used to have, you know, you'd go and see a house to rent or to buy, you'd have a second viewing, you'd have a few nights sleep to make your mind up, and then you'd, you know, apply and see how it went. And usually you would be, if you applied for a place, you would get it if you ticked all the boxes and passed all the checks and all that sort of thing. I haven't experienced applying for a rental and not getting it until, you know, these crazy times, post lockdowns, within that sort of time, because, you know, we've been looking a long time. If you've been here a while, you'll know that. So it's all been going on a while, and it does become tiring, and you need those gaps where you just need to kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit, if you like. You know, the universe brought a couple of things into my inbox. So I managed to get appointments, because that's the other thing as well. You can call up and they say, no, we're not doing any more viewings on that property, we've had a lot of interest. By the laws of the flow of life, we got viewings for both. One wasn't okay, the one that wasn't really in a good location for us, and the other one was really, really nice and ticked most of our boxes. Also brought us the right amount of space. The price is silly, but it's not bonkers, so that felt okay as well. You know, our current landlord keeps putting the price up, just nudging it up regularly. Again, I haven't experienced that either. You know, the space isn't completely working for us where we are right now for all sorts of reasons. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is we do need this in-between place. The current update is we've applied for it, basically. Long story short, we've applied for one of the places and I'm really nervous about it. And so once again, I'm experiencing this, you know, I wanted to kind of do this vloggy for you, which was just like open studio and it's really lovely and, you know, but I can't relax into that process and kind of feel like I'm not being completely honest and honourable about what's actually going on, because there's so much going on in this inner conflict way where it's like, yes, it ticks all the boxes, but oh no, put the brakes on, I don't want to move, it's not right, you know. And it's not about the physicality of, you know, the stress and hassle and work that goes into a move. So I don't know what it is. You know, James described it at the moment. He said, you know, it's okay, you just got some inner conflict going on. But I'm not used to that, so it's a bit weird and quite uncomfortable. Anyway, that's the little catch up for now. Yes. So I'm going to open the studio in a minute. I think we're getting to that time of the day and I am open studio, open-hearted and feeling the promise of this brand new Wednesday that I've never seen before. So it's going to be, hopefully, a wonderful day. Yes.
So as always, thank you so much for watching and keeping me company. Try to keep your lights shining bright and I will see you really, really soon in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.
If I